March is National Reading Month, and if that's an area of interest to you, have you ever considered helping others learn to read? Reading Partners is a nonprofit that helps students improve their reading skills. Executive Director Olivia Martin joins us this morning with more details on how folks can get involved. Good morning, it's great to see you.
Good morning, it's great to see you too.
So the local program is celebrating kind of a milestone.
It is. We're turning 10 years old in Tulsa this year, so we're gearing up for some really exciting celebrations at that.
We'll talk a little bit about that in a moment, but the need right now is great, and you're about to wrap up kind of getting people signed up for next school year. Tell us about that.
That's right. So tomorrow, Friday the 24th, is our final day to sign up tutors, and it's very, very easy to volunteer. Anyone who's over the age of 15 can volunteer at readingpartners.org/volunteer. And we get you trained. You don't have to have any prior experience with teaching or literacy training or anything like that, and get you in a school to work with a student one-on-one.
How important is reading in a person's life?
It's absolutely fundamental to not only academics, but just work readiness and engagement with all civic enterprises. So when students do not reach their reading sufficiency goals by grade 3, it's very difficult to close that gap going forward, because the science tells us you're learning to read through 3rd grade and you're reading to learn after that. So those skills really, really need to be established by the end of 3rd grade.
We've heard so many stories of adults who have gotten all the way through school without being able to really master reading.
Right.
And it can be devastating. And there's almost a stigma to it.
Yes, absolutely. So that's what Reading Partners is all about, trying to create opportunities for everyone in our schools to reach all their goals and have every academic success they can, regardless of whether they were a native speaker when they came to the United States or they have a particular struggle just developing that skill. That's what Reading Partners does to lean in and support.
Let's talk a little bit about what you actually, time-wise, the commitment. You mentioned you don't have to have a background as a teacher. No. You just have to really, I guess, have a love of reading.
Yes, and just a love of supporting students.
Sure.
And, you know, one-on-one engagement with someone in kindergarten or 2nd grade is going to be fun no matter what, but it takes 45 minutes a week to do a session, and we help train the volunteers so they know exactly what the session looks like. There's a coordinator in the school site, so you always have a person who's a specialist supporting you while you're there in the center, and it's a data-driven science of literacy curriculum that's very easy to follow. You basically just read a script and take care of that student in that 45 minutes and encourage them in the reading.
What kind of response have you heard, not only from the students, but probably more importantly, the volunteers?
Oh, many of our volunteers have been doing it, some for the whole 10 years.
Right.
And it's people from all walks of life, all backgrounds. Some people do it together, like someone from their church signed up with them and so they tutor together, but we get to celebrate so many great milestones with students, and when students want you to walk them back to the classroom and say, will you tell my teacher how we did? Like, you get all of that joy of seeing them grow. So.
Now, these ages are from kindergarten through?
Mostly 3rd, we do a little bit in 4th, but that's what we're really trying to do is close that gap for all the students before they get to 4th grade.
So the volunteers you're looking for would start when?
So it would only take about a week to get you trained and on board and things like that, which leaves us about 6 weeks left of our tutoring time in the school year. And then even if someone signed up tomorrow and wasn't for some reason able to help us in the spring, we will be happy to train you going into next school year as well.
So you take a break during the summer because school is out, but then they start once the school, and then they go the full 9 months. I would suspect it's really all areas of town, all different schools.
All areas at both TPS and Union. We have schools all over the place.
Wonderful. So just a reminder for folks that are interested, all they have to do is go to your website to sign up. So, and how long is the training?
It's about an hour, hour and a half sometimes, but it really gives people a walkthrough of what the session will look like and what the mission is and how we can partner together to make sure that 45 minutes is really, really effective.
You mentioned that even kids as young as 15, 16, 17-year-olds, what a great way to start them in the volunteering process. Tell us about some of the students you have that are in that kind of younger age demographic.
So one of the things that we're really trying to expand is not everyone is able to come because of health, because of not yet having a driver's license or whatever, to a site. During the pandemic, Reading Partners launched an online delivery of tutoring, and we're really working nationally to build that up and make that more robust. But if a student in high school or TCC had a break, they could get on their computer and tutor remotely with that student. And so that's where we're seeing our younger people get more engaged, where they can just, and of course they're more savvy with the technology.
Way more savvy. When in doubt, just say, can you help me? And they're already way ahead
and so
of
the
you.
kindergarten and the 16-year-old are great on it. Not me so much.
Right.
But
I love
that's
that.
one way that we're able to engage younger people.
Yeah. Well, it's great to have you guys on, and you have other projects. The 10-year anniversary is actually when? Is that?
It's this calendar year.
Yeah.
So we're really launching celebrations in the summer with our Booked Up for Summer campaign.
Good. Well, we'll come back on
Okay.
and tell us more about that.
Great.
Again, if you'd like more information, you can give them check out their website and get those details and get signed up to be a reading partner. I was telling her during the break I love to read, and so maybe down the road this will be part of my routine. Look forward to it. Thank you. It's 9:20. The city of Tulsa is breaking out the gardening tools for Arbor Day. We are live with some ways that the city is celebrating. Plus, a popular movie rental store. You may remember Blockbuster. Well, their website is leading folks to wonder, are they coming back in business?